Ever get that feeling? You know that one when a riddle just clicks?
Like a key in a lock?
Yeah, exactly. And we're about to unlock that aha moment together in this deep dive.
Yeah, I like it.
Get ready to, flex those mental muscles a little. We're tackling a classic riddle today. I've got some notes and thoughts jotted down, but mostly I'm excited to pick it apart with you.
Let's do it. Hit me with the riddle.
All right, you ready for this?
I was born ready.
Okay. The riddle is, I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. There's a lot to unpack here, and I don't know about you, but that first line already has me intrigued. Cities, but no houses.
Mhm.
What kind of place has cities, but no houses? What's your take on that?
It's interesting, right? Because it makes you think, what is a city, really? We think of buildings, people, all that hustle and bustle, but this riddle, it's like it wants us to ditch those concrete ideas. It's almost like we're dealing with I don't know, a representation of a city rather than a city itself.
Ooh, a representation. Okay, I see where you're going with this. And it only gets more interesting with the next clue, because then it says mountains, but no trees.
Yeah.
It's like this riddle is giving us the picture, but it's like some of the details are missing.
Exactly. It's like a bare bones sketch. And that's the thing, right? What has mountains but no trees? It's got to be something that's showing us the mountains, but not in a natural way.
Okay, and then it adds, and this is the part where I really started to wonder what was going on. It says water, but no fish. So we have these elements that we usually think about in nature cities, mountains, water, but they're presented in a way that, well, it's like they took out all the stuff that makes them what they are. Like
Well,
their essence is kind of gone. Any thoughts on this last part?
it's the missing piece, right? It's like the riddle is stripping away everything that's unnecessary. No houses, no trees, no fish, just the core concept of each thing. And that gets you thinking, what could represent all these things in such a basic way?
Okay, so let me put it all together. We have cities, mountains, and water, but they're all missing something that we typically associate with them. They're like representations of these things rather than the real deal. I feel like we've laid out all the clues, examined each part of the riddle. Now, before we give away the answer, I want to give you, the listener, a moment to think. Take a second. Really think about those contrasts, those missing pieces. What could have cities, mountains, and water, but not in the way we typically experience them?
Sure, Puss. It's a map.
A map, of course. Why didn't I think of that? It's so obvious now, isn't it? A map has cities, but they're just dots or symbols, not actual houses. It has mountains, but they're lines on a page, no trees in sight. And it shows water, like lakes and rivers, but obviously there are no fish swimming around in them.
That's what makes this riddle so clever, don't you think? It plays on how our brains are wired. We automatically try to think of the real thing, the concrete. But this riddle, it forces us to think outside of that, to think abstractly. And that's a skill, right? It's a muscle we need for problem solving, not just for riddles, but for life.
Absolutely. It really gets you thinking about what other things we take for granted. What other riddles are hidden right in front of us, just waiting for us to solve them.
That's the question, isn't it? And what other assumptions do we carry around that might be blocking us from seeing those hidden gems, those aha moments? What else are we not seeing?
That's something to think about.